Hello and welcome everybody this morning. I'm going to pull this a little closer because my throat and everything. Anyways, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Whenever you hear this. I'm not going to take up too much of your time this morning. But I really wanted to get in and talk about the energies this morning good morning, Tanya, because they're intense. I hate to tell you guys that, but I mean, I've been feeling it and I just exhausted. I mean, totally exhausted. Um, and then feeling it, I feel it in my legs, especially in around my knees. My knees feel very funny. I don't know how to explain it. Like I can't, it's kind of like, I just have to stretch them out all the time. So I have to stretch my legs out all the time. And I feel like like I have to move the energy around. So the energy, this isn't let's sit down and avoid things. This energy is a very strong energy to figure things out and get things moving. Good morning, Tammy. And it's not one, if you have anxiety, and I'm gonna let you know, if you suffer from any forms of anxiety or have excess stress in your life right now, you have to find positive ways to move this and to work with this. And that's either because it's really like Taurus and Aquarius energies coming in, you're going to need to connect in some way, in a positive way, not in a to disconnect. There's a lot of pressure coming in this weekend and a pressure to change. So we're almost like, it's like we're on the edge. We're on this edge. Pluto's at 28 degrees. It's at the top of the mountain. I mean, the legs are tired. It's climbed up this mountain. It's gone through a lot. There's a lot of transitioning that we have been going through and we are seeing. And a lot of the energy is on one side of the chart. So there's a part that is not explored except for now because Mercury has gone on to the other side. And Mercury is that god of communication. So he's passed over the North Node and he's communicating, and the sun wants to know what to do with this and how are we going to create something. And so we could feel that animosity, that overwhelmness that is coming in. And this is not I gotta say, people who are awakening and you think it's all like, oh my god, this is lovely, great. I feel like you might get hit with the steamroller because it is very transitioning and intense energies that are coming in and having us, because all the energies have been direct, which is great. It's great the planets are going direct, but when you're constantly going, you need to have a timeout. That's why the retrogrades come in. Give us some time to review, to say, okay, where have we been? What have we been doing? And where do we need to adjust? So Pluto's coming into a retrograde at the end of this week on Friday. Then we have a solar eclipse on Saturday, partial solar eclipse in Taurus. So it's a buildup of intensity. It's a buildup of even more. And in even putting it into the mundane world. So if we look at our world, in the Muggle world, there's so many unknowns that are right now. We hear, are they going, the Russian-Ukraine thing, what's going on there? And we hear bits and pieces, whatever's going on. We hear about the economy and, oh, the economy, oh, don't worry, the economy is going to be picking up. But we're seeing, no, prices are going through the roof. So there's these things that are there and they're intensifying. They're coming to more of an extreme energies with all of this. So we're feeling it. We're feeling this intensity. And I know for myself, it's coming out in different ways. Like if you can hear right now, yes, I'm nasally, my throat, I'm on zinc, elderberry, and vitamin C right now, lozenges. to help with my throat, and some other stuff to help to boost my energies and boost my immune system. So, but it's that intensity. So it even could come out in the lung area. And that's the other part too, in a viral oh my god, this is crazy. In viral infection in the lung. Okay, I know this sounds like you're like, "Mama, stop. Stop that. Stop. We don't want to hear that." But in some kind of purging, because it's the heart chakra. It's the heart chakra that's being hit. The heart chakra is needing to be opened. And sometimes when it's being opened, there are scars and tissues in that get vulnerable. So hence, with us in our house, this is just to let you know what's going on. We Y'all know that Steve had a stroke on February 27th. So he had a stroke. He's had a stroke, okay? Now, you've been coughing and really crouping, sounding, and chest pains too. Yes. So he's been fighting this cold like for the last week or so, and then finally we got him into the doctor, and um Steve thought it might have been pneumonia, and I think the doctor didn't want to say anything, but the medication that they gave my husband was for somebody who's fighting off an infection in the lungs area. So really, that's what he's doing right now. So he's fighting off a viral infection. It's not COVID, but it's like pneumonia in his lungs. So that's what he's doing, and he's on medication for that. Mateus is fighting off. He's been fighting off something for the last few weeks. Now, this kid is going to, I know he's going to feel everything that's going on, but not understand it at all either. So he's got high fever, a bronchial infection, and he's been fighting that for 3 weeks. Finally, I took him to my doctor. God bless Joseph. And he says, no, he has this infection and he needs to have antibiotics. So we got him on some antibiotics and some other stuff. So he didn't want to put him on a puffer. He says he doesn't need a puffer right now, but we'll gave him an anti-inflammatory for it. But that's the thing. So your body's going to fight things off. There's going to be things that your body's going to fight off. And you might be feeling it in the lung area. You might be feeling tired and exhausted. And you got to rest, you got to honor this as your body's fighting this. You got to think too is that where Pluto is like, this is the last time. I mean, like all of these things are the last time in our life. Pluto, Neptune, last time in our life, because we're not going to see these transits. I mean, these transits are over 100, 200 years old, in getting around. And I mean, when the Declaration of Independence was written in 1776, they wrote it on a Pluto retrograde. So they're feeling a lot of this transitioning, knowing things have to change. We have to change. We have to change how we're doing things. We have to change, our government system. We can't be going on with this type of government. We can't go on with this type of ruling. So in writing the Constitution, in writing that's really what they were feeling. Right? And that's a lot of what we're feeling. It's like, no, we can't go on with a government and with a society that is not taking care of one another fully and completely, that is dismissing so many parts of life, and so many people's values and morals are going down the drain. And we feel it as we're going up and we're climbing up to make these spiritual changes. And the unknown, and that's, when energy's in between two nodes and somebody's born during this time, they're going to be feeling, these transition, and always, like, what's on the other side. We got to see what's on the other side, but the inside is always unknown. So little babies that are born through this time could have some insecurities as they grow up, because there's a lot of unknown aspects within their own selves. So they might not be able to see other things as clearly as what other people see them. too. So I know there's a lot of babies that have been born lately. I'm just like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Good transits, good transits, but there's going to be high. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to have a lot of anxiety issues and other things that are going on. Maybe not, maybe not. Maybe they're going to have a very good platform with their parents, and their parents teach them, some really positive skills in dealing with things like that. But that's that's how we're heading into right now. And as we're building up to this new moon. Now I do have a new moon meditation coming up. It'll be a meditation, music, and chatting. So if you're wanting to join me, that it could be 2 hours, it could be 3 hours. I don't know. Time is illusional. And if you're wanting to join me, it's $25 next Saturday. So if you're wanting to join me for that, please let me know. There's still space available. It's going to be limited space, but right now there's still space available. So everything, this is where it's all systems are just sparking out, man. We're just sparking out. We're really having some crazy energetic energies that are going through us right now. And if you need to gather, maybe go get a bunch of people, go for a hike, go. And my thing is always, let's get out and get connected with nature. Funny thing is, yesterday I was doing some restorative yoga and doing some of the stretches and bends and holding positions for a moment. And very much like Kundalini yoga, you got to hold positions for a little bit in order to allow your body to sort of relax into that. You don't push your body into a position, you allow it to relax into it. And in doing that, I felt a lot of releasement, and I'm going, I know I'm going to be sick tomorrow because the toxicities have to come out. That's the thing, is like, if you've been sitting a lot and you haven't been moving, and you start to move, the toxicities have to come out. They have to be moved. So allowing for that movement to happen within you is going to help you to feel stronger in the long run. It really is, as we go through some craziness. Wanting to get it out. Yeah, wanting to get it out. So finding ways to relieve the pressures that are going on and connecting to things, not disconnecting, and find things, creative ways, whoopsie, over here. Oh, there we go. So I did my painting the other day, and I'm going to do a couple more that are going to go up over here on this side. So changing my paintings around. And I do my paintings for me. Like, I just paint for me, like like they're not masterpieces. They look good from far away. They're not masterpieces. They're pieces that I liked to do. So that's, find something that you like to do. Put it up on the wall. Like, it's your wall. Fuck everybody else. you know, but finding a way around this crazy and different energies that are coming in. And that's going to be important. And taking time for rest, taking that time for rest is the other part. So if you're needing help, definitely reach out. We can get you in. We'll get you into for an appointment. Probably not today because I'm pretty well booked, but we can get you in the next couple days. And this is challenging. This is challenging. This is not for kids. This is not kids. This is really huge spiritual awakening energy, but it's not it's like you're just figuring out everything to do with spirituality and feeling, a lot to do with your chakras. And then someone sends you on a 4-day retreat with, doing ayahuasca without preparation. I mean, before you even do an ayahuasca weekend, 3 days, 5 days, or 8 days, weekend or week, there's preparations that they do. Like, a shaman's not just going to take you in and say, okay, yeah, no problem, here, drink the tea. No, he wants to know your medical history. He wants to know if you're on any other drugs. He wants to know if you've been suffering from any forms of depression, what other things have been going on within your life, right? so that you are prepared mentally, physically, and, most parts spiritually, to go on this journey, because it's not a journey that is to be taken lightly. And that's where we're at. This is not a journey to be taken lightly. We are in a huge time of transformation, of governments that will be changing. It may not happen today, may not happen tomorrow, but we're in these transitional change. We're in times of changing, of learning new ways of doing things, of growing, of communicating. So we're in sparks of new innovation that are absolutely fabulous, and other ones are not so fabulous. That, yeah, we got to watch where our moral compass is and really rein people back in and say, that's not the direction we want our humanity to go into, right? So this is where, it's a desiring for change, but there's a huge fear of this change, because it's a fear of the unknown that we've never stepped into. Stepping into that abyss, stepping into that unknown part. I'm thinking of, explorers when they knew there was another land. They don't know how they knew it, but they knew that there has to be more to this world than just England. The Vikings knew that. I mean, going in their boats and then sailing all the way to Newfoundland, God help them. I mean, to hit fucking Newfoundland, God bless Newfies, but I'm just saying, it's not exactly you're hitting the beaches of Jamaica. You're not hitting beautiful, warm energies, right? So this is where it's like sailing, and you're going on this trip, and you don't know, do you have enough food? Are you prepared? All of these questions are coming in, because it is that overwhelming feeling. And I get it. It's not right now in our home. It's where, Steve wants to go back to work, but it's like, can he, will he, he will push himself to do it, but is that physically a thing he should do? It's great when you say, well, no, you shouldn't go back to work right now, you better get better. But when you financially can't, and when you financially don't have that money, when we have tapped everything out, things got to change, right? Things got to change. And sometimes you don't want them to change. You want them to stay the same. You like it. It's been comfortable. You've been doing okay. And now it's like, oh, okay, I got to go on a new road. I got to step back out there. I can't just sit around and not hope that somebody books in, kind of thing. So that's the same way with me. It's like, okay, that means things have to change. It has to change. How it's going to change, it's like, yeah, I put my trust in God, but I got to do the work too. I can't just say, God, you do it. You got to do the work. And sometimes it's not fun work, it's change, but it I feel like there's going to be some fulfillment at the end. I feel there is that light. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I'm still in the midst of the tunnel. And I think that's where a lot of us are right now, and trying to find that way out of the tunnel in a very positive, energetic way. So going to move forward, with this, and um, allowing yourself to be open to the newness. Know that your heart chakra and your throat chakra are opening up quite a bit, because you have to use your voice, but you have to follow your heart to use your voice. You have to trust in your heart. You have to trust in that first consciousness in order for you to be able to use the voice and be able to say the things that you want to say with truth and love and dignity. Come into it. Not assholeness. So that's where it has to come forth with. I can do the assholeness very well. So before I go, because I got a few minutes left, I'm going to grab my Akashic Tarot, and I'm going to pull us a couple cards for today. That's the one thing I got to admit to you guys. I love doing readings. I do. But when I do a reading for people, and that's the other thing I have to check in with myself. when I do readings, I feel everything. Like I feel the person's anxiety. I can feel, you know, things that are going on in their life if they have cancer or things like that. Like I feel it all when I do readings. And it's something that I know I do, but in knowing that 99.9% of the time after somebody has a reading with me, they feel fabulous and they feel more in line with what they're going to do. Some people leave and they're kind of angry with me because they didn't like what I said, which is fine too. But it's that end result of knowing that I've been able to spiritually help somebody is the number one thing for me anyways in doing readings, and one of the reasons why I've been so called to do this in my life. I need to have a guru church, just a church, just a building. We'll call it the Guru Church, and you guys could just come and hang. And we got the three: setting your course. Setting your course. So the other day we got the one with all the sails were burning, right? And he was in the crow's nest looking. See, we're still looking. We're still looking. We're setting our course. We're going forward. There's a beautiful rainbow there. So we know that the divine is there leading us upon our course. So setting our course on where we're going. They're navigating. One guy's looking at the map. Another guy's like looking out. We have the captain with the scope, taking a better look. So we're setting a course and looking at that course. So we're setting out. We have an idea. This is the course that we're going. We might not have a full idea because we're out there in the middle of the sea. We're kind of aligning ourselves, seeing where everything is set for us. And Akashic Library. Interesting. So the Akashic Library comes in. Look at that. That means looking at past references. It's the Magician card. So what are the choices are you making in your life, right? And close your eyes and envision yourself stepping into the most beautiful, serene, and of all ancient libraries. Imagine yourself taking a book from the shelf and opening it to a page. Notice the first word that comes to you. What does it tell you? How does it feel? So take a moment and just, if you're setting your course, take a moment and close your eyes. Open a book. Like just imagine opening the book. And what is that first word that comes to you upon there? And allow that first word. I just got trust in this course that's being set. So write one simple declaration about the future you wish to create. What do you want to create right now? Because the Akashic records are records of everything about you. So now you want to put a declaration of what is it that you want for you. Write it out, write it very simply. Funny that this comes out because this is, in the alignment of the Declaration of Independence. Think about what they wanted. What did they want for this new land? What did it look like for this new world? So this is your new world. What are you declaring for your new world? And write it out. And your will it own it. So breathe. The breath of the landscape before you rests solely on the scope of your imagination and your will to own it. So own it. Own this will. Own this new journey that you're going on. Allow yourself to step in on this journey. Because as you step in on this journey, here comes Saint Germain. Initiation with Saint Germain. So Saint Germain comes in. And Saint Germain is one of those energy people that I've had issues. I've learned to appreciate him more and more. But it is much more than change or even transformation. It's nothing less than your movement into a higher revelation of power, insight, and achievement. And the time is now. So the time is now for you to receive the power that you hold within and the impact. And that's with your words. When you write your words down and initiate those words, this is what you are coming into. Jermaine comes in, and he's a very powerful energy force, and he works with Archangel Michael and the purple flame. I got the blue flame coming in too, so blue flame is coming forward. So realizing there are no limits and hindrance, what's next for you? Knowing that you're setting your course, you're going forward, and the power that you have is within you, and that the master will lift your service to the world and to all humankind. So there's an enormous uplifting that's coming in for us, but it's scary, it's unknown, but we got to trust in it, got to trust in that unknown energy that's coming in, and in comes your wishes fulfilled. In this comes your wishes fulfilled. What are your wishes? Now look at that beautiful, like again, there's that beautiful sea in the background. Is that the sea? Yeah, there's the sea in the background. There's all of this beautiful food and drink and upon the cover. I think I want to live there just because I just love that. I just love it. But this is it. Your wishes are going to be fulfilled. But you got to set your course. You got to write it down. You got to say, okay, this is what I'm going to go for. I got to trust, I got to trust in this newness. So I got to get going because my person, I'm going to call her in a moment. And you all, yes. Sweet. So trust in this energy, trust in this alignment. And if you are wanting to book an appointment, please let me know. Or if you're wanting to join the new moon meditation. So have a blessed one. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. And may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you. Blessings.